All right, good morning. Today we are going to create a still life with the four forms that we have shaded in this week. This is going to be super fun. Of course, we have been reviewing what is a still life. A still life is a work of art depicting mostly inanimate subject matter, typically commonplace objects, which may be either natural or man made. One thing you want to think about when you're making a still life is you can move them around. They're 3D objects that you can place on a table. You can pick them up, move them around, and organize and design them the way you want to design them. Okay, so that's what a still life is. All right, let's get working. Let's open up Photoshop. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at, we are going to be creating cast shadows. So we're going to bring in our objects, make sure they're sitting on a surface. You're going to have a background, and then you're going to put in your cast shadows. So we'll keep referring back to this here template of showing the cast shadows. Okay, the first thing I would like you to do is say File, New. I would like you to create a 17 by 11 document and just say OK. All right, now I'm going to bring in my objects first, and then I'll add the background and the cast shadows. So here we go. Click on the cone. Now, what I'm going to do, you grab your magic wand. Okay, let's see what cone I want. Okay, so let's say I'm going to bring this cone in here. Okay, or wait, maybe that one. No, I'm going to bring this cone. So I'm going to click on the cone layer. Now all you have to do is select the magic wand in the white. Okay, you say select inverse. Now the dancing ants are on my cone. I'm going to get my arrow tool. I'm going to hit Alt, and I'm going to drag it up and bring it into my project. Boom, there's my cone. All right, now I need to open up my sphere. Okay. I think I'll take that sphere. Okay. Again, magic wand. Make sure you're on the right layer. Click in the white. Oh, there's something there. Well, let's do this one. Okay. Click in the white. Select inverse. Get your arrow. Drag and drop. Let's come over here. Okay. So now I have my sphere. Okay, and then this is kind of the fun part. You're going to be able to play around, move things, place it. Let's see, put it behind. Okay, okay, let's go get the cone. No, we have the cone. We have the sphere. We're going to need the cube. Okay. Oh, that's what that is. That's just the light source. Delete. Okay. And again, if it's not totally perfect, it's okay. Bring in here. Okay. And then we need the last. With the cone, the cylinder. Here we go. Select inverse. Okay. And then drag it and drop it. Okay, so now I have my four forms, and this is the fun part. You get to decide where you want to place them, what size you want them. You know, you can do free transform, hold down the shift key, maybe make it smaller. Now, if for some reason your light source is not coming from the same direction, again, remember, you can transform. Let's say on your cylinder here, your light source was coming from this direction. Oh, well, it's wrong. So all you have to do is say edit, transform, and then flip horizontally. And there you go. Bingo, you're good to go. Okay, so let's see here. So now we're just going to have some fun placing your objects where you'd like them. At this point right now, I'm going to go get a wooden floor and a background. So jump onto Google, and you can type in wooden floor. Any type of floor works. Okay, images. It doesn't have, oh, this is perfect here. Copy and bring this in. And then I'm going to say edit, free transform. Okay. Because, of course, you need your objects to be somewhere. Let's bring it down to the very end. Okay. Now, as you notice here, there's some mess ups, and that's okay. You might say, oh, geez, I didn't shade that in. That's fine. Okay, so let's start playing around, putting your objects in different spots. Maybe I'll put my cube there and my cylinder here. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And because of learning purposes, I'm not going to be super particular. That I'm going to put below here because so it's behind. And then my cone I'm going to make bigger. Okay. The most important thing is I just want you to have fun with this, and I want you just to play around so that you understand what a still life actually is. Okay. You're moving your objects around. Now, depending on where your objects are, you might not see your cast shadow. Like, so for example, here, I'm not going to see the cast shadow of my cone because the cylinder is hiding it. But let's say I have those next to each other or just like that a little bit. Actually, I could just hide them all. You won't see anything. Okay. All right. Oh, let's not. The cube. The cube is tricky. You put the cube there. Okay. Let's stop there. Okay. So now I have my images, my forms in my still life. Now the tricky part comes. I have to add my cast shadow. All you need to do is go back to your background layer, so your floor. I would just grab your burn tool, okay? And then again, Google, the best thing to do is just, where is it? Google cast shadow for forms. So if you look at it, if the light source is coming in here, it's just gonna, it goes from like an 80 and then it gets lighter. And just kind of dark, 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 and just make that circular form. With the cone, it shoots back into like a cone. The cylinder, same thing, it just makes that little tiny baby oval. And then the cube is a little tricky. You want to imagine you have your point perspective, you follow this angle, so you shoot out, then you follow this angle up, and then you come back following this back angle. So it's kind of like a strange cube. Okay, that's probably the hardest one. All right, so let's go back here. And I'm just going to zoom in. And then I'm just going to burn here. I'm at 30. I'm going to burn in there. Kind of burn that in. Now, we're not going to get super complicated here, but it would kind of go up on, oh, that's wrong. There. I might up it. And it actually might go up onto the shape. So you might want to merge them all at the end. And then this one, again, is just going to be kind of round on here. Okay. You might want to up it, the exposure a little bit more. There. And again, it doesn't have to be totally perfect, but you want to definitely have it look like there's, you might have a little shadow here. And then we're probably not going to see the shadows back there. Okay. All right, there we go. And then again, that shadow would come up onto the cylinder. So you might put that there like that. Okay, that is it. Now, of course, you are going to have to go back and fix some mistakes. Like I have a mistake here. So I'll get my smudge tool. Actually, I might just paintbrush in a little bit here. Okay, and then smudge it. All right, so we are approaching the time. Just kind of clean that up. All right, so this is how you're going to make your final still life. You will save it, file save as. Make sure you save it as a JPEG, and then you can drop it into the folder. All right, have fun and enjoy creating your still life with the forms that you have shaded this week.